Back at it again with the weird angles. So yeah, we are just getting done taking that pilot bushing out. I ended up removing my flywheel. Not much to show, pretty much what I showed in the last video. It's been warmer these weekends, so I mean I've been trying to pretty much just get to work on it. I haven't shown a lot of the footage. The last 2 days I've been knocking out the old pilot bushing. It wasn't brass. I did the grease trick, I did the bread trick, I did every little trick, including buying a puller, and it still didn't come out. So I had to pull out the old Dremel and chisel. Pretty much got the thing to collapse on itself, so that's pretty much where we are with that. Yeah, so basically what I did was I cleaned it up, hit it with some 10W40, found a cartridge roll that fits perfectly in there, and even matched it with the alignment tool, and pretty much just kind of did a quick zip, more oil, cleaned it out with my fingers, zipped it again, and took my handmade tool. So pretty much I've got threads on here with an old, like, I don't know, something I found in the garage, threaded it on here, put a washer on it, fits in there perfectly. And as I'm hitting it, so this part, I don't know if it focused, the silver part fits inside that pilot bushing, and this is a hardened washer, and it's threaded onto this pole, which I hit on the back, and it goes in the pilot bushing, and as it's doing that, this is inside the pilot bushing, keeping it steady, and this is pushing it in. So pretty much it's flush. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be flush. Yeah. Get the new one in. Gotta stick the alignment tool in. If the alignment tool fits in with no issues, we're good. If the alignment tool is sideways or not as straight as possible, I'm gonna try to tap it just a tiny more in. You don't want to throw these things all the way in because you still have to get them out eventually. I sweated it with oil. If you don't know what that means, you take the bushing, close it with your bottom thumb for this example, put oil in it, and you squeeze it, and the oil will go through the pilot bushing, and it pretty much keeps the inside of the bushing lubricated so that whenever needed or it heats up, lubrication will slowly seep out. Alrighty guys, we got the pressure plate and everything up here. See if that focus, yeah. Pressure plate, alignment tool, friction disc and everything. I was missing one bolt. I have one because I brought it to Lowe's with me. Ended up just getting another 10 grade 9 because it stripped out of the last flywheel. And I noticed that they never had, I guess it might be different for 350Z, but you know, as a mechanic, I've worked on a bunch of these. I always like to put a washer under these, so I bought some 10-9 grade washers, and just so it doesn't dig into the pressure plate. So right now I'm going to take out all of those, put a washer underneath, and there'll be 2 chrome ones right here, or if I choose to just use the black one and a chrome one, we'll have that. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get that going. It's starting to look pretty good so far. We got the clutch in. All these torqued down to spec. Comes out. I know I pulled on it pretty hard, but it goes in pretty easy too. Watch, 2 fingers. It goes in. Comes right out. And goes back in. No issue. So yeah. Hopefully that'll make it easy enough to get the transmission in, of course. A lot of progress has been done. A lot of stuff we had to go through in order to get it to where it's at, so pretty thankful. Alrighty, I don't know when the last time I updated you guys was. It's been a kind of a hectic journey with all the stuff, just waiting for parts to arrive and everything. I think last time I was already taking off the clutch system and all that stuff, which is kind of just laying around right now. But as of yesterday, I put some stuff together. Let me get under here. And was able to actually get the transmission back in. So we had the flywheel put back in, the friction disc, the pressure pad, pressure plate was all put in. Everything is torqued properly there. I just kind of hit these with an impact last night just to make sure everything was snug. I need to find another ring for the clutch line and just kind of torque everything with the torque stick to at least make sure that the impact did somewhat of close to the approximate torque spec. Other than that, we need to put the drive shaft back on. The shifter boot and all that stuff is super simple to put back on as well. But as far as that goes, transmission is in, mounted, and I'm gonna take this off, obviously fill it up with fresh fluid, and see if she'll start. Hopefully nothing goes bad, and I'll update you guys from there. But so far, we got the transmission in, and it's pretty much ready to start here in a minute. Guys, this car has been a pain in the butt. The last 4 days, we could not figure out why the clutch wasn't working. So let me go ahead and try and show you what it's been doing. It might work now that I've literally gonna start recording. If you could see the clutch pedal down there, when you push it in, it sticks and pops back up. Goes down, engages, sticks, help it out, pop it back up. If you could see that little wet spot in the carpet, the master cylinder is leaking. So I don't know how it went from working perfectly fine to not wanting to work now. Replacing the master cylinder, the slave cylinder, and putting the a new stainless steel line on, and that should pretty much take care of everything. It's been a crazy week. It's gonna be snowing and everything here soon, which I plan to make footage and all that stuff here. But the transmission is almost done. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna throw the shifter back in, tighten up the differential, not the differential, put the drive shaft on the differential and tighten that up. It's already in place, it's just kind of loosely hanging there. I'm gonna tighten it up, and we're gonna try and start the car. Alrighty guys, so first thing is gonna be taking this, getting ready to get the slave cylinder off. I have a feeling I'm gonna get very wet today because it's just drooling. Alrighty, so now we got the slave cylinder disconnected. I can already kind of feel that this thing still has fluid in it. We'll be back in a minute to put the new one on. Alrighty guys, it's about maybe 30 minutes later. I have now got the reservoir disconnected from the bracing right here. Got the hard line off. Was underneath the car, got the stainless steel line on. If I'm not mistaken, this whole thing should come out now. Just gonna have to play with it a little bit. Come on. Get on out of there. Alrighty, just like that, we got the old slave cylinder out. Sorry, master cylinder. Alrighty guys, it took so long, but I finally got the hard line on the slave. The pin is in the slave and the bolts are in the slave. The stainless steel line is on. The slave cylinder is on. The master hard line is what I was talking about at first. It's so complicated, but I finally got it done. We're gonna go ahead and put fluid in it and get this clutch bled. Open, nothing. Closed. 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 I checked that reservoir. I felt a lot of fluid coming down here. Close it? It is closed. I said closed. I'll just yell it now. Open. Closed. The slave cylinder moved the fork. So guys, it's very bright outside. I don't know how much of this I could record. The Z is obviously not on jack stand still. But we ended up getting it finished. It ended up replacing the master cylinder, the clutch line, hard line from the master cylinder straight there. We removed the clutch dampener kit and removed the slave. Adjustments of the clutch pedal ended up helping out a lot in getting it flushed out, because if you had it adjusted just a little bit, it didn't create enough pressure to fill in that entire part of that master cylinder, and there's a little bit of air still stuck in there, which was causing the issue of the pedal getting stuck halfway up. Extended that all the way, bled some more, air came out, adjusted it to where the engagement is about 3/4 of the way up as per normal of the old clutch. This clutch is obviously a lot more aggressive, but as you can see, car is working perfectly fine. It's good to have this thing back on the road. I guess next video I'll show you guys some driving footage and some more stuff I have planned. Clutch returns, no issues. It's got pressure. I'm happy to have this thing back, guys.